we have 16 players currently on the roster. We have have to have a 15-player limit. So something's going to happen soon. Maybe a guy gets cut, but also the reports of Eric Gordon are still out there. Maury's still trying to get his old Rockets squad back together. So there's two ways that I've read online that this could happen. So one of them would be sending out 4 depth pieces: Thibault, Furk, Niang, and Joe in a deal to get him. Or looking for a Tobias trade that would bring Gordon along with another player to Philadelphia. So with the two camps here, you're either cutting your roster to get Eric Gordon, or you're trading Tobias to get Eric Gordon in a trade that would bring somebody else back. So two camps here. So cutting roster or trading Harris to get Eric Gordon. Which would you rather kind of go down to get Eric Gordon? Which route would you rather go down to get Eric Gordon, if that is in play?
I mean, you can go, Teja.
I mean, it would really depend on what you're getting back, obviously. But if it's Gordon and Barnes, I'm all for it. Gordon and Bogey from Utah, sure. It really just depends. I don't love gutting our depth. I know a lot of people don't like it either, but we haven't even mentioned Furk's name, and we've been talking about lineups and rotations. Matisse, I mean, that would be the one missing guy, but on offense, he was almost unplayable in the playoffs. Niang was brutal in the playoffs, and we have House and Tucker now. So I think he's expendable too. I put me down for Gordon for 4 trade, and if we could still maybe trade Harris in a future first for a couple of players to break out that huge salary, we could still do that. We have the flexibility of doing that, but Harden, Maxey, Tucker, Harrison, Bede, Shake, Melton, Gordon, House, and Reed. Something like that, adding a couple of vet mins, I think we're fine for the playoffs. I don't think we're going to be missing much without Thibault or Furk on our team come playoff time. I think we'll be just fine.
Eric?
Yeah, this is a tough one. Like, I know we talk about those guys. We haven't talked about those guys in reserve, but I think they're still needed. I still think that, they played, they've been in the system. So I think that there's still value in that. Niang didn't play great in the playoffs, but he played well for the season.
He did.
So I think there's still value. So I don't think you can gut your reserves for a reserve. Maybe for a starter, if you're locking in the 3 that's like, hey, this is our guy. When I looked at the Eric Gordon trade, and when I envisioned him coming, I wasn't necessarily envisioning gutting the depth to get him. Teja's the numbers guy, so he would know that what's needed for that to happen. I just didn't envision that being a part of it. So I like Eric, and I think he can definitely be hopeful for us. I would just like to find another way where you don't have to maybe send out as much.
They did say, too, with maybe one of the reasons for the delay of Harden's contract is maybe he's taking a little more of a discount than we thought in his first year. That would allow us to not have to send out as much salary in a Gordon deal. I think right now, with the amount they're expecting, I think we'd have to send out around 15. So if he took less this year, then maybe we wouldn't have to send out all that. So, yeah. Obviously, Thibault would be a guaranteed to go because that's probably what the other team would want. Furk, I wouldn't mind. Niang, I would probably keep between Furk and Niang, to be honest.
Yeah.
Because, Eric Gordon's taking all of Furk's minutes. So it's like Niang's only guy that we wouldn't really have in that trade a replacement for. But, there's guys out there for vet mins. Jeremy Lamb, for instance. Who knows what he's going to sign for in the end.
Yeah, we do this trade for Eric Gordon. It's like a night and day from our bench last year to this year. If we get Melton, House, Gordon off the bench, that's nice, man. And then
pretty nice.
And if we keep Teese and we have Tucker, we have luxury of either going one of those two coming off the bench as well. So that's a pretty good 9 deep right there.
And when people see that, you'll be amazed at how many guys will take a minimum deal to be a part of it. If they kind of see that, hey, man, I like what they're doing and they got a shot, especially on the 1-year deal, you'll
true.
see guys that'll come and take that 1-year deal and be a part of it.
Yeah, at some point, money's going to dry up, right? So you're going
Yes.
to take either a little more than minimum to be with a lottery team, or you're going to take a minimum to be with a team that's going places and they're having fun. It's like,
And it depends on what year of service it is and their minimum, how much their minimum is.
yep, that's true. That's also true.
Eric, after like 1 week or 2 weeks in free agency, how often are guys just kind of waiting to see the landscape of how teams are structured before they sign their 1-year deal? Like, if they're not getting top dollar.
I think guys that have minimum deals and that's their minimum offers, teams usually give them a longer, time frame of accepting that, because it's they're not going to go any higher, they can't go any lower, so they kind of give them time to maybe see if something else is out there for them. So that's why you don't see a lot of minimum contracts signed unless it's maybe a younger guy. Most of the veterans kind of wait and see how long it's going to take. But to be honest with you, this whole KD and Kyrie thing is holding up a lot of those minimum contracts.
I bet it is, yeah.
Because teams, you may have a team that don't have any interest, but then all of a sudden they make trades that they may find some deals or find some money, or all of a sudden have interest afterwards. So I Bleav a lot of the smaller deals, and I say smaller meaning less money, probably won't happen until you'll probably unless next month and they still don't have a deal. But I think then maybe people be like, okay, well, I'm gonna just go ahead and sign this deal. But it's going to be stretched out until we get some kind of deal or some kind of something happening on that front, because that could open up deals around the league. Because I don't think that's going to be a one team. I mean, I could see that between those two guys. It wouldn't surprise me if you're looking at 5 to 8 teams involved.
Yeah, and they're saying it might go out till the report today was possibly Nets will wait it out till training camp.
Yeah, I think someone's putting that out there. I don't see that happening.
I'm sure. Yeah, I'm sure.
The league is. I think that they want to have it done by August so they can all take their vacations.
Yeah.
And I think that everyone's out in Vegas and summer league. That's why I think a deal gets done.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Someone took notice that neither Kyrie nor KD were in the Hamptons this weekend with that big massive party. That was a lot of like guys were there. Donovan Mitchell was there. Jason Tatum was there. Pretty much everyone was there, but the big name Nets guys were not there. So
Got it.
they're all their camps negotiating deals right now, or trying to get out of Brooklyn.